My neighbor installed a camera that points right at my daughter's window, and the police said it's his right, so I took matters into my own hands. When the new neighbor moved in across the street, I thought nothing of it. Just another person in our quiet suburb. That changed when I noticed a small black device pointed directly at our house from his front porch. My 12-year-old daughter loves to practice dance routines in her bedroom. Her window faces the street, and I realized with horror that's exactly what this camera was aimed at. I walked over and politely asked him about it. Home security, he said with a smile that didn't reach his eyes. Lots of package thefts lately, but the camera wasn't pointed at his doorstep. It was angled up directly at my daughter's window. I called the police. The officer who came out shrugged and said, "It's on his property, ma'am. Nothing illegal about it." I was stunned. That night, I noticed the neighbor sitting in his car across the street, just watching our house. When I approached, he drove away. This happened 3 more times that week. I installed blinds in my daughter's room, but she complained they made her space too dark. Then I discovered a second camera hidden in the neighbor's bushes, again pointed at our house. The final straw came when my daughter told me she saw him taking photos of her at the bus stop. The police still wouldn't help, saying he was in a public space. I'm not a confrontational person, but this was my child, so I came up with a plan. I bought the brightest outdoor floodlights I could find, the kind used for construction sites. I installed 4 of them along my property line, all aimed directly at his house and cameras. When night fell, I turned them on. His entire property lit up like daylight. His cameras were completely blinded by the glare. Within minutes, he stormed over, demanding I turn them off. I smiled and said, "They're on my property. Nothing illegal about it." He called the police himself. The same officer arrived, looked at my setup, and couldn't help but laugh. "She's right, sir. The lights are on her property." The neighbor moved out 3 weeks later. Before he left, he actually apologized. Turns out he'd been caught doing the same thing in his previous neighborhood. I never thought I'd win this battle with just some hardware store lights, but sometimes the simplest solutions work best.